what actually means to be a coach. So what does the coach represent? So I had a situation a few days ago when one guy paid for coaching, and like the usual, I have a phone call so I can see what he wants, where he's at and where he's been, maybe some injuries, wishes, I don't know. So the guy is a beginner intermediate, so not a full beginner, but not experienced lifter for sure. He's also light, and he has some like close to national record in a single lift on a deadlift. So he says like, hey Rok, I want you to train me, and that's fine. I would like you to train me on bench, and for the squats and deadlifts I found, he said, a perfect formula that works for me. I've been doing it with a coach for, I don't know, a year, and he said something that doesn't suit him, and now like this program that he currently does suits him, and he like continues to progress. And I said like, okay, I always prefer to hear what people have to say in like their wishes of training, so I'm not like stubborn or anything like that. But for example, if something is wrong, then I'll debate and hopefully prevail to my side. I can tolerate, I don't know, 50% less volume, 50% higher volume. So people do crazy shit, and I tolerate it, and I said, okay. So he paid for 1 month, and then later he sent me the program that he does, and it was like the worst program for building a deadlift I've ever seen. So the program consisted of basically 2 working sets of deadlifts per week at RP, I don't know, 9 sets of 5, and later he did, I don't know, 3. He maybe weekly had 6, 7 maybe sets of Bulgarian split squats and RDLs and I don't know what. Okay, RDL is like a variation, but the pure deadlift work, he had only 2 sets. In general, the program wasn't like, okay, I mean, he's in the off season, so it wasn't specific, but it's not enough by any means. And I say to him like, I can't train you like this. So first of all, you won't progress as fast as you can. Second, you're risking injury because your movement is not clean enough. So you get this technique proficiency with higher volume that you cannot get with 2 sets per week. There is a reason people do 8, 12, 20 sets per week of a certain exercise. And he says like, okay, but why would I progress faster? Doesn't that make me prone to injuries? And I was like, what the fuck, man? Do you wanna progress or not? Like, I can help you deal with injuries, but in the start he also said he doesn't want to do any eccentrics and any like preventive stuff that I do. So yeah, the whole thing is like dumb, and I gave him his money back, and he didn't want to change his mind. So yeah, it's the similar situation with. I was discussing that with a friend from the gym, and he said like he's a weightlifter, and his friend is he has a bronze at Olympics in weightlifting, and he has many clients. He lives in another town in Croatia, and he asked this friend from the gym if he can spot a guy in person in Zagreb that follows his program. And he said, of course, yeah, and they met, and training goes, and so basically he was only watching and monitoring, and this guy, Olympic champion, was writing a program. And this guy from the gym was just making sure he did that. And there was like sets of 5 at 70% on snatch, or sets of 3 maybe. And the guy that was training was like, oh, this is too light. And he did, I don't know, I think he did sets of 3 at, I don't know, 90%. And that's my friend from the gym. He said like, okay, do what you want, no problem. And when they came to the next exercise, the guy asked him like, what was the next exercise? What are we doing? And my friend said like, no, like I won't tell you. You know, you're better than the Olympic champion. So it's basically the same thing. Like, people don't respect the art of being a coach. So they think like in 1 year, I don't know, of experience that they've learned something. Maybe they found a certain mechanism that they can use for continuing to progress. But for example, this guy that I was talking about, he was so in 2.5 years he progressed, I think, 130 kilos on his total. And but he was going, I don't know, from 400 to 500 or something like that, maybe even less. And I say to him like, what the fuck, man, I'm progressing from 900 to 1,000 in a year, and I'm training already for powerlifting for almost 5 years, 4.5 years. So basically it's the same thing. So people don't respect, they think they learned something in 1 year of training, but in actuality, coaches, for example, I'm a full-time coach now for 5 years, 6 years, 7 maybe, I don't know. So in those 7 years, I had almost all the time like around 20 to 25 clients. And just do a math quickly. So 7 years times 25 people is how many years of experience? So 4 would be 100. So 100 in those 7 years, I gained the knowledge of, like, I trained by myself for 175 years. So you cannot even compare the knowledge with a guy who trains by himself and a full-time coach. So people don't realize that. So this was like a type of videos I wanted to make from now on. So 1 per day, so every day uploads, and a quick recap on the cycle. So today is 8th day, I didn't have appetite yesterday, and I'm sitting in the morning fasted at 121 kilos. Lifts just now started to feel a bit lighter, so I'm gaining a bit of strength, but it's also due to increased body weight. So yeah, we are just now starting to feel the effects. I'm also going to put 1 or 2 best top sets in the gym, and see you tomorrow, guys. So this is a triple top set, 175. This is 190 triple. If I do this, it will be a week 2 PR match. Three. Dobro da si bio. Dobro. We have 100 kilos on dips for sets of 8. Easy. So the reason why it's easy, because we are doing the double sleeve experiment. So I have, I don't know if you see it, elbow sleeves and then knee sleeves on top. The reason is to save the triceps and also do a bit of, let's say, a super compensation to feel the heavier weights on the chest and shoulders, but like I said, to save the triceps. And so far it worked great. Triceps feels much better. But yeah, they help a lot, and it would also be cool to dip 200 like this, just to feel how hard it is. So this is 100 set of 8. It's not easy by any means. You still need to hold it in your arms, chest and shoulders still work hard, but you can save your triceps a little bit. So when I still had the active inflammation, it helped a lot to decrease the pain, and in the upcoming days the pain didn't flare up, so that's a good thing.